Whether you're a mystery buff or not, we all have something that brings out our inner sleuth, like the classic board game Clue. Charleston Stage is rolling the dice and breathing life into the beloved board game and cult favorite movie. Joining us are two of the visionaries behind the new production, Clue on Stage. I'm happy to welcome director Colin Waters and costume designer Hayley O'Brien. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Colin, I want to ask you, what was the inspiration behind bringing Clue on stage?
So, Mary Beth, our artistic director, when she came to me and said that this was going to be part of the season, I immediately was like, oh, I got to get my hands on this, because this was just something that I grew up with, and I think a lot of people grew up with, and it was something that my parents brought to me because they grew up with it. And so because of it, it's just this name recognizable show that audiences are going to flock to, whether they know the board game, whether they know the movie, or whether they just love a good murder mystery. I think it's something for everyone.
It really is something for everybody.
Absolutely.
And Hayley, these are some of the costumes from the show.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
I want to ask you your approach to the design of the costume. So how did you incorporate, the traditional elements of Clue, but then add your own unique spin to it?
Well, being such a fan of the board game and also the movie, which is what the script is based off of, and knowing that Colin is also such a fan of both, I really wanted to kind of marry the two. So in the design process, I really wanted to reference the silhouettes that you see in the film, but make them more dramatic and more adaptable for the stage. And we very early on kind of were in agreement to bring in the game board elements. We really wanted to reference the game pieces and have the characters dressed in the colors that their names represent. And then the characters are so unique and different from each other that we really wanted to play up the different textures and styles, because they really are such bold personalities that you could have a lot of fun with them. And so they each have their own kind of unique kind of details.
Yeah, and now Colin, what aspects of the board game were most important to incorporate?
Sure. One of the things that I loved growing up is just the overall feeling that you got when you were sitting around the kitchen table with your friends, your family playing this, and the strategy that came into it, and just the overall paranoia that started to come into it. And so we started to capture that feeling within the direction of the show, that there's strategies. You see each character playing this game within a game, within a game, within a game, and it's just constantly rolling. Different people are thinking different things at all times, and it just sparks that overall feeling, that nostalgia that hopefully we can kind of capture there.
And like you said earlier, this is something that everybody knows what Clue is. So I feel like this is a tough job to tackle. You have expectations to meet. So how did you go about trying to meet the fan base expectations, but then adding a unique spin to it?
Yeah, so this was actually something really early in the process with my actors. We sat down and I talked about, all right, because this is a cult classic film, there are going to be a lot of people that are expecting a lot of their famous trademark lines from the movie. And so we, as a cast, even sat down and watched the movie, which I told them, I don't want to make this sisters, I want them to be cousins. And so we're honoring moments from the show while still bringing our own elements to it. And that's something that I think when people come to see, they'll see the added elements that we've brought, whether it be other characters playing the game, and just kind of something fun for everyone there.
Now, Hayley, I have to ask, I don't know if you can spill this tea, but are there any design elements that audiences should keep their eye on?
Ooh, I mean, the elements are mainly more for the audience to enjoy. There are definitely, I don't want to give too much away, but there are definitely surprises here and there that they can hopefully catch.
Yeah. So after watching the show, we'll be like, okay, that was that, and that was that.
Some Easter eggs.
Exactly.
And so also, Clue is notorious for the multiple endings.
Yes.
Right. So is that something you incorporated?
So in the script, it is written that we have multiple endings throughout the entire thing. So it is a whirlwind of a production. When we get to that last leg of the show, those actors, their stamina is high because we go through ending after ending after ending.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So if I go to a show on Saturday, the ending might be different on Sunday.
Oh, you're getting every single ending possible.
Oh, my goodness.
You get to see all of it laid out for you.
Oh my gosh, how wonderful. Well, okay, so this is coming to the Dock Street Theater October 18th through November 5th. Tickets start at $40, and this is every Thursday through Saturday at 7:30. You guys have a matinee as well.
Yep, so the second and third week weekend we have matinees at 2, as well as the 7:30 shows.
Okay, perfect. And where can we purchase tickets?
You can go to charlestonstage.com and you can find our tickets easily there. You also can find our box office's number there, and you can call tickets ahead of time. Or if you'd rather just show up at the door, you can purchase tickets there.
That's wonderful to know. Well, thank you guys both so much, and this is just so exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this. This is awesome.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
We're back after this.